What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. We are live. It's the morning grind. You got Mike, you got TK, and you got my buddy, George Dempsey, in the house. What's going on, George?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing this morning? Appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, man, thank you for coming on. I always look forward to chatting with you. And is this the first time he's been on with you, Mike? I can't remember. Did we have him on?
No, we've been on
Couple, right?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah. George is definitely one of those people that I appreciate having a relationship with because I just think personally that there's guys in this industry that are just willing to help. Like, they're not in it for anything. They're just good dudes, and there's a lot of them. Like, I'm not downplaying anybody else, but George is definitely one of them. And I just appreciate, the relationship that we've formed, especially in these last few months. I've hit up George several times just to pick his brain, man, because starting this store has been one of the most challenging things I've ever done. I share with Mike and the rest of the gang a lot about the things that I've been going through. And, I'd love to get on here in front for you guys and say, oh man, everything's going great. Everything is going great, but it's because we're failing forward and learning as we go. But we got a few people checking in this morning. Mr. Alex Hand, good morning, brother. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Adam Schweigel. Got our brother Reggie Williams, Mr. Encompass Rep. Lean on your rep himself is here in the house. Thanks for joining us, Reggie. And then right below him, we got Marcone, Mr. Saul. We got the suppliers, the supply house reps in the house this morning. Thank you guys for joining us. We got Joe in the house. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. But I'm thankful this morning that I get to come on here and hang out with you guys, because it's like a little breather from. It's been a heck of a few weeks, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I missed you last week.
Yeah. We're making some changes. We're doing some stuff to try to improve, but I feel many days, especially when I'm here at the store, I'm spinning my wheels, but I'm not getting any traction. It's like I'm sitting on an icy uphill road and I'm just spinning, but we're going somewhere, so it's good. Who wants to pray? Anybody want to pray us up, or y'all want me to pray? Or
you go ahead.
All right, I'll lift us up. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to come together. Thank you for the Alliance community and everyone out there running service today, running businesses, running the phones, doing the schedules, Lord. There's so much that goes into everything we do. And we're flawed humans, so we just ask for your help. We ask that you forgive us of our sins, Lord. And I thank you for brothers like George and Mike and the rest of the Alliance community that just come on here or come into the groups or get on the live broadcasts and share their wisdom and knowledge, because fellas like me really appreciate it, Lord. And we can't do it without you. Let the wisdom and knowledge that we possess be from you and not of ourselves. And just bless our businesses, Lord. Bless our families and watch over us and keep us safe. We thank you for our employees. We thank you for those out there making things happen behind the scenes. And we lift up those going through hard times now. Anyone struggling with addiction or the loss of a loved one or sickness or whatever, Lord, we just lift those up to you. And it's in the mighty name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So
how's the new store going, TK? I saw that grand opening.
Grand opening was awesome, man. We had a pretty good turnout. Obviously, you have dreams of grandeur when you do things like that. You're expecting crowds down the street. It wasn't that, but it was a good turnout. You know, the Chamber of Commerce came out, several, I don't know who they were, like representatives or whatever from the county came out. So I got to, shake hands with, I guess they're politicians. I don't know. But it was cool because we actually did a 3-business grand opening. So the 2 businesses next door to me had never done their grand opening due to COVID. They both opened up during the COVID stuff. And so we got to team up and we did, free lunch. I had a lady come out and her husband, they did like cotton candy and snow cones for the kids. And, it was just a really cool time to, get together and fellowship and talk about, business and life. And a lot of our families and friends showed up. I'd say the good majority of people were just coming out to support us, which I thought was awesome.
Okay.
And I'm in the store for 2 weeks because my partner's on vacation next week. So I get to be in the store for 2 weeks. I feel like the first 2 days of that was just me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So how's everything going with you, buddy?
Good, man. Business as usual. Normally this is a slower time of the year, but this has been a weird year, so you can't go how historically has gone. We're doing good, man. Just business as usual.
So you're busier than normal.
Yeah, we're busier than normal right now.
Good for you. And you're a servicing dealer, correct?
Yep.
And you only service what you sell, or you also run regular service?
No, we do regular service as well.
How long have you had your store, George?
Since 2014, so 8 years.
Did you ever get your new location?
Yeah, we went under contract on a piece of land here a few weeks ago, and we're end up building. So we're going to be building a 42,000 square foot store. So hopefully it'll take about 2 years from about a month ago to be ready. So
how many square feet?
42,000.
Holy crap, dude. That's huge.
Yeah. We have about 7,500 right now, so it'll be quite a significant amount more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's massive, man. Like I'm trying to picture 42,000 square feet in my head, and
like neighborhood Walmart kind of spot. If y'all have neighborhood Walmarts in your area,
and you're building it from scratch, you're not taking over.
No, this is a development deal.
Man, that's awesome, dude.
I've never obviously done anything like that before, but I got some great real estate people in my corner. Good general contractor. But yeah, we're doing our due diligence right now, so there's a lot of sample boring and land boring stuff like that going on. DOT work. I don't know, all kind of stuff. So
that's awesome, though. Congratulations.
It's a lot to manage.
Yeah.
To stay on top of.
We got that going on. My wife's pregnant, so we got another one on the way.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
What is that, 3 or that's
4?
How many boys and how many girls?
This will be the 3rd boy, and our oldest is a girl. So,
oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you're gonna catch up with me for long, bud.
Yeah. What are you at? What number are you at?
I'm at 5.
Okay.
But one of mine has flown the nest. She's out on her own, so technically I have 4 at home.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're still yours.
Yeah, I'm not far behind you.
How many kids do you have, Mike?
3. I only got 1 left at home.
Oh man, you're on the home stretch, bud.
Yeah. My oldest is pregnant with her 2nd one, so I got another grandbaby coming.
Oh, that's right. You're a grandpa. I forgot about that.
I know.
Grandpa Mike. What do your grandchildren call you? Do they have is it just grandpa or?
Well, she's only just about 18 months so she
So
can't
she
even
will
say
determine.
anything yet. So I
She
was
will
like
determine
trying to
what your
teach her.
name's going to be.
We had her since they just left yesterday, and we had her since last Wednesday or Thursday, and she's running around the house, and I'm like, Grandpa, and she's trying to say it, but just can't get the syllables right, and it's kind of funny. So
I said what I said about the youngest choosing the name, but actually my mom, she wanted to go by Grammy.
That's what my wife goes by.
And that's, she pushed Grammy on my nephew, who was the first grandchild, hard, and he called her Grammy. But then my son came along, and we don't know where it came from, but he started calling her Dee Dee just out of nowhere. And now she's Dee Dee. Like, I don't even call my mom anymore. She's Dee Dee to everybody. But it's funny, man, because like I look forward to that phase of my life. Like, I look forward to being a grandfather and spoiling the crap out of my grandkids.
It's like you send them home, you're done.
That's right.
You spoil them, you send them home, you ruin them while you got them.
Yeah, because it's like it's
change everything that their mom and dad have taught them, you know, and teach them the right way.
That's right. Yeah,
the fun way.
Well, it's so true, man, because if there's a saying, and I'll probably butcher it to death, but if you spoil your kids, you'll have to raise your grandchildren. But if you raise your children right, you can spoil your grandchildren. And that's, the Bible even talks about that. Like, training up your children the right way has its benefits. And I mean, that's something that my wife has done a great job. I can't take much credit. I mean, I'm very supportive, but my wife's just amazing with the kids, man. And I'm sure your wife is the same. We got a question here, George. Where is your store located?
In Summerville, South Carolina. It's right outside of Charleston.
Okay. Summerville, South Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, I am one day. Maybe I'll wait till that's going to be years away. I want to come down there and check out your operation.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, man. Come on.
See what the big dogs are doing down there. Good morning, Gasper. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a great day. EJ's checking in. He's probably on his way to BNI this morning.
Oh, he does BNI. I do BNI as well.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about BNI. I don't have the time right now to take on another meeting during my week. But if I was going to add something, I think a BNI would be awesome. So
yeah, it's a good way to referral business for sure.
Yeah, well, that's what I hear. Like, just the networking opportunities and the relationships you make are just, so valuable.
Yeah, we usually close at least $100,000 a year from BNI, so it's a good way of getting business.
That's good, man. Well, I'm gonna share a couple scriptures, and I just want to encourage everybody. I'm not a huge Bible thumper in any way. Those that know me know my favorite books. You already know where I'm going to. But I do love the book. I love the Bible, period. I enjoy reading it. But Proverbs is my book. I love it. If you're new to the Bible, if you're new to reading the Bible, I wouldn't start with Proverbs. I would start with the Gospels personally. But I think Proverbs is a good follow-up to add into if you're trying to put a schedule together of what to read. Proverbs is a good one to add during the day because you can go through it and it's like just little nuggets. Not so much stories. There are a few stories in Proverbs with really good lessons, but it's more so just little nuggets of wisdom, 2 or 3 verses, sometimes just one verse. And new things and new stuff will stick out to you. I like to highlight stuff. Where's my thing? If you have the blue letter Bible app, you can highlight stuff. Oh, we lost George. I think a call probably came in. But yeah, you can highlight stuff. And if you use different colors each month when you go through, you can see the different things that stood out to you. And it's just a fun way to kind of see where you were last month in your head and where you or how it spoke to you last month, and I enjoy it. But Proverbs 19:2 says, enthusiasm without knowledge is no good. Haste makes mistakes. Verse 3 says, people ruin their lives by their own foolishness and then are angry at the Lord. And I read that this morning and I was like, man, that thing's speaking right to me. Because I oftentimes make hasty, foolish decisions in life, whether it's business, whether it's family, personal life, whatever. And I've learned that over the years, I need to slow down. I'm a very reactive person. And I actually really came to this realization through my CSR. And she's awesome. She told me, she said, you're very reactive, TK. When a problem comes at me, I react and I want to fix it and I want to make it right. And a customer's unhappy and I get frustrated. And I've learned, and I'm still learning, that I need to slow down and really think about things before I react. I can't control what's thrown at me, but so much. During the day, things are going to happen. George is going to go to work today. Mike's going to go to work today. We're all going to go to work today. And different things are going to come at us. Different obstacles, different victories, different trials. The only thing we have control of is how we react to them. And the only thing that we're able to say we controlled is our reaction to it. So it's hard to do, man. I know for me, I'm not the type of person where some excuse me, almost cursed on the devotion. I'm not the type of person where some crap happens to me and I typically blame God for it. Because I don't know. I think people that blame God and blame the devil for everything, it's just like, okay. And if that's you, that's cool. You can do that, but I wouldn't suggest it. But what I've learned over the years is that when I make foolish mistakes and I make poor decisions hastily, the second thing that I need to do is look back at what I did and learn. The only horrible mistake you will make in life is the one you don't learn from. I've made some, I'm sure George and Mike can attest to this. Y'all guys have probably made some stupid business decisions, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the difference between the fool and the wise man, and this is repeated over and over in Proverbs, the fool does the stupid crap and just keeps on going, keeps on doing stupid crap, doesn't learn a lesson, doesn't sit back and say, oh man, it's my own folly, it's my own poor decisions, it's the decisions that I'm making, the reactions that I'm having that are causing these issues. A lot of time the fool blames God for it. The fool makes stupid decisions and they want to either blame God or blame the devil. It's your own foolishness.
Well, most of the time when we do that, it's reacting out of emotion or how we're feeling at the time. And
Bingo.
that it's so hard to step back from that and realize it and say, you know what, I need to be methodical and analytical about this and not emotional, and be logical, because our emotions make us illogical.
And it's easy to do, especially when it's your own business and you've built it from the ground up, and customer has a complaint or they have an issue with how y'all handle your business or something like that. So for me, I'm one that's quick to react as well. So for me, my counterbalance is my wife. Like if a customer comes into the store, wants to speak to a manager for some reason, and the employees know they're going to send it to my wife instead of sending it to me, because my wife, she thinks everything through better. She gives better responses than I do. I just take everything like it's a direct target at me, and I don't know. I'm not the best at that. So, You gotta have that yin and your yang. That's my wife. So
Dude, I
it's
love that you brought that up.
it's
So your
I
wife
take it
is
personal.
your wife's for sure involved in the business.
Yeah, definitely.
That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful thing. And I think that's something that we oftentimes need to realize. It's just like in your business, you need to realize your strengths and your weaknesses. George
Yeah.
George realizes that his wife is more of a planner and a think things through type of gal, which is very true of my wife as well. She is much more methodical. She is much more everything needs to be done a certain way. I'm the type person I run into things head first, and it's like, all right, what are we gonna do? But you know, and
Yep.
I think when you look at marriage or you think just look at relationships in general, there's often those yin yang type relationships. You know that we
Problem is
balance.
we take everything personal,
Mhm.
because we care about things so much,
That's right.
so we take it as a personal attack, and a lot of times it's not meant that way, and we perceive it that way, and just because we're so personally attached to whatever it is, whether it's family or the business.
Yeah,
you know
it's like because we care so much, it's our downfall.
yeah, it
And
totally is.
we have to pray, we have to purposely, like, one thing that I try to do nowadays is when something's thrown at me, I purposely try to not react in the moment. I'm like, all right, let me process this. I even went as far, and I'm the person, like, I have to set up walls. So I told my CSR a long time ago, I said, if there's a problem, send it to me in a message. Because I found several times where I'd be on the phone with her and I would lose my shit. I mean, just just go off. And it was so embarrassing. I had several times where I had to call her back and apologize and say, I am not mad at you. I'm so sorry. And I've done it with several different people. I think my wife has probably got the brunt of that stuff. But I've set up certain barriers within my relationships that I have to try to protect those around me from me not reacting. Because if she sends it to me on Telegram, because I have a Telegram chat. I learned this from Zach. I have a Telegram chat that has to do with all the different things in my business. And one of them is just me and my CSR, and it's called TK Open Issues. And every time I see that thing ding, I'm like, "Ooh, what is it today? What is it this hour of the day?" But it's good because it's not her calling me saying, "Hey, Miss Johnson called back and she says it's still leaking," or she said, "We did this or we did that." It's me read it. I get time to process it. I get time to take it in. I get time to come up with a plan instead of it's on the phone and I'm like, "Mother," you know what I'm saying?
You need to rename that chat. Call it chill out or something.
Yeah.
Like
Take,
keep
take a deep
calm.
breath.
Keep calm.
Yeah, take a deep breath. But going right along with that, and I want to get into a little more chat with George, but I'm going to end the Bible portion with this. Verse 20 of Proverbs 19 says, "Get all the advice and instruction you can, so you will be wise the rest of your life. You can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail." And honestly, I don't think we need to say anything else about it unless y'all got something, because there's a we read that first verse and it's 100% true, but there's a flip side of that. You can't spend your entire life planning and doing this and doing that. At some point you got to say, all right, I'm going to do this and I'm going to see how it works. After you've received the wise counsel, you've listened to people smarter than you, you've done your research, you've prayed about it, you've whatever, meditated on it, whatever you want to call it, you have to take action. You can't just sit there and pray all day and say, "Oh Lord, please take over this situation." It's not going to work out for you. You got to take action. So there's a thin line between it, and that's all I got to say about that. We got a new brother checking in from, where is this guy from? New technician with Mr. Appliance. Hey, buddy. Nice to meet you, sir. Just so you know, if you click the link, the little StreamYard link, we could see your name if you want us to know who you are. But he says, just amazing to find godly men full of faith that I can get encouragement from in the same industry. God bless you guys. He must be talking about Mike and George. So this guy's happy to have y'all here. I'm just a filthy, rotten sinner that likes Proverbs. So,
Amen to that.
my wife
all?
is the only person I know. Saul nailed it right here. This is the underlying theme. If you can grasp this, ladies and gentlemen, your wife is right and you're wrong. It doesn't matter if you're right. Your wife is right. That's good.
Four words to live by. Yes, dear. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes, dear. I'm sorry.
I'll save you a lot of grief.
Oh, okay. He's up in Maryland. It looks like this is the same dude. He's up in Maryland. You ain't too far from me. Up in old Maryland with Dean and the Landers crew. That's another operation I wouldn't mind checking out is the Dean does Dean sell appliances or no?
He does.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He's a Whirlpool guy.
Oh,
Whirlpool Maytag.
I bet you his 1 year warranty crew is rolling. Or do you do Whirlpool warranty?
For service, we just signed up about a week ago.
Did you?
Yeah, just for our own customers. We're not going to service other people's customers, just our own.
I got you. What do you think about this new Whirlpool stuff? Are you allowed to say that?
What new Whirlpool stuff? Am I missing something?
I mean, just like the new, like the Bella KitchenAid refrigerators and just the.
Oh yeah. So part of your contract is you can't say anything negative about Whirlpool.
Okay. Well, yeah. There we go. And you know what? I'll say this. There's some fine looking appliances. Fine looking appliances.
Yeah, I mean,
TK must have the contract too.
No, but I wouldn't mind getting one because that job security, boy.
Just like LG, I tell customers it stands for they look good,
They do. And I mean, you can't deny it. These new appliances look amazing.
Yeah.
And when people go out shopping, and George, you can attest to this, a lot of the people don't want a basic looking, simple refrigerator. They want something cool looking. They want something with all the bells and whistles. And we as service people know that the more bells and whistles, the more stuff, the more problems. But I mean, if somebody comes, at the end of the day, our job is to give the customer what they want. We can educate them. We can tell them this, we can tell them that. But at the end of the day, our job is to provide the customer with what they're looking for. And, if they come in and they say they want that LG refrigerator, I bet you, do you sell LG, George?
Yes.
But
So,
Bob Winterstrom says you sold your soul to Whirlpool.
that's funny.
Yeah, you kind of get that feeling sometimes.
Yeah, we just got signed up with Brand Source. I was juggling between Brand Source and Nationwide. I know you're a Nationwide guy, but so far I've been, we literally just did the white glove onboarding yesterday, so I got all these different people reaching out to me. But so far, it seems really cool.
Is Lauren your whatever you call him?
Lauren is my regional rep, which I was extremely surprised when he answered the phone and it was a dude. I was not expecting that.
Right. Yeah,
So,
he lives here in the Charleston area.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get me switched from Brand Source for the last 2 years, or from Nationwide the last 2 years. So they wined and dined me last week, and I think we're going to switch, man. They got a good website. They got, a lot going on. They're nonprofit. unlike Nationwide's for-profit. So they give rebates back to to their members at the end of the year, dividends, I guess you should say, not rebates. Also, I like their healthcare program. I'm actually going to do more of a Zoom meeting today and get more into their healthcare program. But that's one thing, that the appliance repair community doesn't have a good handle on is a healthcare program.
Yeah.
The sales side, they have more members and they can make it work better because there's more people involved that are paying, the premiums to make the costs go down for everybody else. So that's one of the big reasons I'm thinking about switching. So
does Brand Source have healthcare like networking through their community?
Yeah, they have a program,
I didn't even hear about that.
Well, that was that was one of my big things I'm looking for is healthcare for our employees and ourselves. And the other was a good website for inventory management, and a good POS system for inventory management.
What are you using for POS right now?
QuickBooks. Yeah, like that's a good advice for you, man. If you can get something, I know you probably don't have a lot of inventory issues right now, but when you're smaller, if you can get a handle on that inventory before you get bigger, it's going to help you in the long run. Because once you get bigger, it's just like a cluster app.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man,
Well,
how am I ever going to manage this beast?
Well, that's definitely one of the things that I'm trying to be forward thinking about is like, because we're using the Clover software. We have the Clover register and all that stuff. And it's got a pretty cool inventory system. But just like any system, if you don't implement it and do it right, it's only as good as the people using it. Which I've found to be a struggle. And I'm the first to admit, like I set the systems in place and then I don't even follow them myself a lot. So it's hard, man. But that's really good advice because there's a lot of stuff as we right now we maybe got like 50, 60 units. Not even that. We sold a bunch of stuff last week. But, once you get, how many appliances would you say you have in your store right now? Just out of curiosity.
Between in my store, about 300, in the warehouse, about another 300 to 500. So if you can tackle that when you got 50, man, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier than when you got 800 to 1,000,
I'm going to pick your brain a little more later on so we're not boring the entire grind with inventory talk. But, man, there's a lot of questions I have because that's we're actually doing van inventory today. I'm going to have to jump off here in a little bit, but we're doing van inventory today. We shut everything down. We're going to do oil changes in the vans. We're going to do inventory, not personally do the oil changes. We're going to take them somewhere, but it's a lot, man. And that inventory, me and Mike were talking about it before in the pre-roll of this. It's one of the biggest struggles in most appliance companies. And it sounds like it's stores and service. One thing that I have been pondering doing, and I want to see if there's any interest, is putting together a servicing dealer mastermind group for people who specifically own a store and run service. So if you're listening to this, reach out to me if you're interested. Obviously, George, I would love for you to be a part of it. But and I won't front in front of you guys and pretend like this is a selfless act. It's 100% because I need it and I want it. I actually talked with my mastermind group last week and let them know, like, hey, this is my plans, because I'm not going to do 2 masterminds at one time. It's just too much for me. And right now I feel like I absolutely love my mastermind group. I have some of the most awesome people in the world in my mastermind group, But with the season of life that I'm in right now, with the change in doing the store and everything else, I need those people like George and other guys and gals that have been through the storms of opening a store. And I think a mastermind for that would be invaluable. So if you're listening and you're interested, hit me up.
So been in a peer group for almost 5 years now. And when I went in, there was only, I think, two of us that were doing sales and service. And I told the guys, I said, I might not be here very long because I want to be in a more sales focused group. And the evolving of it, I mean, almost more than half of us do sales now. So it's just kind of evolved. They see what we're doing and they want to do it as well. And so that whole dynamic's kind of changed in our group. So almost, at least, like I said, at least 6 out of 9 of us do sales and service now. So
that's cool, man. So you already have a peer group.
And that probably came out of your peer group, like specifically, like they probably didn't even really plan on doing that until they saw possibilities in the peer group.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I said, they saw what we were doing. They wanted to do the same, and I helped however I can with getting them up and rolling, sharing contacts and sharing ideas, how I failed in certain stuff so they're not making the same mistakes. The other guy in our group, he's up in North Myrtle Beach. They've been doing sales for about 70 something years, his family. So he kind of took over the business. So I learned a lot from him as well. But if you're not in the mastermind or peer group, you're missing out, man, because you can bounce ideas off of your people to see if it's going to work. Most likely there's somebody who's been in that group who's done what you're trying to do or what you're thinking about doing. And shoot, that's just been a game changer for business.
Yeah, well,
that definitely helps you not do it alone.
It provides that counsel that we talk about. It provides that counsel that the Proverbs talk about. There's dudes out there that have been doing this crap way longer than me. There's people out there that's been doing it way longer than George. And while I'm leaning on George for the wisdom, guess where George got the wisdom from? He got it from experience, and he got it from surrounding himself with these people in peer groups.
Just like you said in verse 20, get all the advice and instruction you can, so you will be wise the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
A peer group and mastermind group can definitely be a huge impact on your life.
Yeah,
both personally and professionally.
Yeah. Well,
how many guys are in your peer group, TK?
5 total. So it's technically it's 6. So it's Jen and Joe from Cavalry. It's Doug Shear, EJ, Justin, and me. Yeah. So and I absolutely love the peer group, the mastermind group. And they basically said, we still want you to be a part of what we're doing, but we understand if you're not here every week and you're not as active. So I'm quote unquote gonna be an honorary member, and I can still be a part of it. It's just a lot, man. Like, I feel like sometimes you have so many freaking meetings and so many things to discuss, things that you don't have time to, lack of better words, get shit done. You got to have time. You can't just sit around in masterminds all day and meetings all day and not get nothing done. So I'm trying to balance the meeting and everything else that has to get done. I mean, I'm thankful that I have, Austin and Matt and everybody else on my team that is freaking awesome. But at the end of the day, meetings are great for planning and masterminds are great for planning. But if you just go to these masterminds and then you're not out there trying to, put it into place, what are you doing it for?
Exactly.
What do you sell anything other than appliances, George?
Nope. Appliances and parts.
Cool. Because I've heard a lot of people that do like appliances and mattresses or appliances and furniture. We were thinking about getting a line of like smokers and grills in. I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we get a couple. Excuse me. We get a couple of grills here and there through truckloads that we get in, and I mean, it's just not our thing. They'll sit there for a little while.
Yeah.
It's not a huge markup on them either, so you don't make a lot.
Yeah.
Now mattresses, that's a different story. You make a lot of money selling mattresses.
Dude, that's what everybody tells me. Everybody's like, what you pay for them and what you can sell them for is just great. Great.
Yeah, I
profit.
wanted to do furniture and mattresses, but I got talked out of furniture by other people who sell furniture. You got to assemble everything. If it comes in damaged, a lot of times because the margins are so good, they don't really do anything about it. You just got to order the part or sell it damaged. So we got talked out of furniture by people who sell furniture.
Oh, wow.
It just didn't seem like anything I wanted to be a part of.
I hear you, dude.
But mattresses, you can't really damage mattresses very easily. So it's, you're not going to get in a bunch of mattresses. They're all damaged and beat up.
Right. Yeah, I actually used to work for a thrift store, and we had an account with this mattress company, and they would do haulaways, and they'd throw all the mattresses in this big tractor trailer. And I hated this job. One of my jobs was I would back my box truck up to this trailer, and I'd have to take all the mattresses out. And I mean, it wasn't like we could pick and choose what we wanted. So we had to take them all. And we got some really, really nice mattresses, but we got some freaking nasty ass mattresses too. Like just disgusting. I mean, blood stains on us. Like, did somebody get murdered on this mattress? Like, what?
What did y'all do with those? Why were y'all collecting them?
Sell them at the thrift store.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and some of them were super nice, but yeah, it was disgusting. I had a route where twice a week I would have to go pick these mattresses up, and I dreaded it every single time. Because I'd pull up, and then I'll tell you a funny story, and then I'm gonna have to hop off. We got to do some inventory today, but so I ran a discipleship home with people that would come in with substance abuse issues and things like that, and one of the new guys, he just came in, real nice guy. He was riding with me. We go to do the mattresses, and he'd been I don't know, he'd probably been with me 2 or 3 times. And we load up the mattresses, and I pull the truck up. And then once I pull the truck up, his job is to pull it down and latch it and all that stuff. So I pull the truck up, and he hops in. I go, "Did you latch the back?" He goes, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Come on, man. You know me." He's like trying to, whatever. So we take off down the road. We're heading down Midlothian Turnpike, which is a pretty major road in south side of Richmond. And a car pulls up next to me and is pointing back and like, hey, you got mattresses flying out the back of the truck. And dude, I pulled over, like 5 or 6 mattresses just sprawled all over Midlothian Turnpike. And I'm like, "Oh, you locked the back, did you, bud?" Yeah. So what I learned that day is don't always take a recovering heroin addict's word when they say they latched the back of the truck.
Did y'all go back and pick up mattresses?
Oh, yeah. We went back. We pulled them off the side of the road. And, we didn't leave them there because that just wouldn't have been right. But, yeah, it was a freaking mess. Freaking mess.
That's how he got rid of all the blood-stained ones.
Yeah,
that nobody else would buy.
He smacked the blood-stained one in the back and just hit about 70 down Midlothian Turnpike. And they take care of themselves, really. It's a nice spot for people that don't have a place to sleep.
Yeah, there you go.
Just doing my part to help,
Are any of you dudes going to Dallas next week?
No,
There's
sir.
a reliable event going on.
Nah, I wish I could.
I think your buddy Doug will be there.
Yeah, I think he is going to be there. I know Anthony Cotto said he was going to be there, so that'll be cool. I wish I could, man. It's just, I'm planning to go to one of the brand source meetings next year. I'm going to ASTI. I want to go to PSA next year, so
It's hard, man. There's so many things that come available that you want to go to, and it's
and you
hard to
want
be
to do
able
them
to
all.
do them all. Yeah.
Well, boys, I gotta go. We're going to be doing some inventory. The guys are starting to roll in, and I am illy prepared for this inventory day. Does anybody got any closing thoughts or anything before we hop off?
Not really, man, but I appreciate you guys having me on this morning.
Dude, I
love
appreciate
having
you
you on.
coming on. I want you to be as regular of a guest as possible because I feel like the conversation flows nicely, and I just enjoy chatting with you.
Yeah, anytime, man. Just let me know.
Cool.
And, if you ever need, like you said, help with anything business wise, just let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always there.
Cool. Well, George, have a great day. Mike, you got anything in closing, sir?
No, just get out there and get to it and read the full context of Proverbs 19.
There you go.
There's a lot more wisdom in there than what we said here. So
yeah, a lot of little nuggets through that.
It'll feel like it was written just for you.
Yep. I think Solomon had me in mind when he was writing most of that.
Yep.
He when he describes the fool, it really stands out to me. So y'all have a great day, everybody out there. Take it easy. We're gonna go do some inventory and hopefully get a better grip on that. And I will see everybody on Friday.
Have a great day.
Have fun,
Peace.
guys.